A 10-year-old boy, Diego, is distracted by his phone while walking behind his parents down a street lined with palm trees. His mother calls his attention to prevent him from being left behind. An 11-year-old girl, Adriana, enters the hotel lobby with her mother, who drags a wheeled suitcase and greets the receptionist using sign language. The receptionist welcomes them in sign language and quickly puts on a pair of headphones that are on the counter. They finally reach the reception and encounter Adriana and her mother, who is speaking in sign language with an interpreter through a monitor that is on the counter. Diego loses interest in his phone when he sees the interpreter on the monitor. He moves his hands trying to imitate sign language. Adriana turns around and looks at him. Upon being surprised by Adriana, Diego shows an expression of embarrassment. Adriana sighs and looks at him with arrogance. Adriana dances in front of her mother in the hotel corridors. An aerial view shows the pool and the architecture of the hotel. They arrive at a spacious and bright room. A two-seater sofa to the left, a desk to the right, and a double bed at the back. Adriana discovers the alarm clock for deaf people on one of the bedside tables, as well as a portable magnetic loop on the desk. She presses a button on the outer frame of the entrance door and notifies her mother. Inside, a luminous doorbell is heard and seen. An elegant lady, in a long light-colored dress, sunglasses and matching hat, confidently walks the hotel corridors with her white cane on the tactile surface of the floor. Diego is eating an ice cream. From the height of his room's balcony, he watches Celia walking with the aid of her cane. Immediately, he runs into the room, throws the phone on the bed, and quickly reaches the exact spot where Celia was a few seconds ago. Diego looks around and then brings his left hand to his face to cover his eyes. He starts walking, and when he collides with a planter, he opens his eyes and discovers Adriana in front of him. His ice cream falls to the ground, and Adriana sighs and looks at him with an arrogant expression. Diego feels embarrassed and runs back to his room when his mother calls him from the balcony. Esther and Kai, a couple in their mid-30s, are relaxing on loungers in a green, tree-lined area of the hotel. Kai is drinking a cocktail, and Esther is eating sliced fruit on a plate. There is a wheelchair next to them. Celia identifies, thanks to braille writing, the -1 number on the elevator control panel. She presses the button. When the door opens, Celia walks through the hotel corridors with her cane in her right hand and her phone in her left hand. She checks the number 35 using the braille writing on a plate just in front of her room. She enters the room and moves the phone from right to left. Room description: a chair. At the end of the room is the sink. On the left side is a bed with 2 nightstands and outlet. Adriana and her mother serve themselves food from the restaurant buffet. Kai and Esther, on their way to their room, admire the well-maintained vegetation along the hallway. Esther is sitting in the wheelchair, and Kai is pushing her. They enter their room through a wide, step-free door. Esther goes alone to the bathroom, adjusts the mirror's tilt to her height, and refreshes her face at the sink. A toilet with support bars on both sides and a shower chair can be seen. She rotates the chair 180 degrees to exit the bathroom. She uses the wardrobe of the closet to hang a hanger with clothes. She locks the wheelchair's wheels and effortlessly lies down on the bed next to Kai. Celia walks towards the restaurant with her cane in her right hand on the tactile ground surface and her phone in her left hand, listening to the directions from the app on her phone. Sitting in a chair, she folds her cane and presses a button on a small circular flat device on the table. A waitress attends to Celia after hearing the alert on her watch. She serves food from the buffet onto a plate and brings it to Celia, along with a drink in a glass. Once the plate is on the table, she gives Celia instructions about the food, following the clockwise direction. Kai pushes Esther's wheelchair. Both are on the terrace by the pool. Esther smiles at Diego as they pass by him, sitting on a lounger. Diego smiles at Adriana, who is sitting by the poolside just a few meters away, but Adriana responds unfriendly to him. Diego falls onto the lounger and plays with his fingers, pretending to block the sun. When he sits up again, he is surprised to see Esther in the pool, the cheerful girl who passed by him in a wheelchair. He looks at the wheelchair by the poolside again and sees Adriana next to it. Adriana signals him to come closer. Diego walks towards Adriana, and when he reaches her, Adriana moves the wheelchair with one hand and points to the pool ramp. Kai pulls Esther in the wheelchair down the pool ramp. On the pool terrace, Diego's parents are enjoying cocktails. Also on the terrace, a group consisting of a boy and 2 girls sitting at a table are trying to get the bartender's attention. The bartender approaches the table with drinks. The 3 of them toast, drink, and eat sweets that are on the table. Now standing, the 3 walk across the terrace. The boy, Javi, has a guide dog. The girls say goodbye, and Javi continues walking until he reaches his room. He takes off the harness from his dog, so he proceeds to drink water from a bowl and lies down on the dog's bed while Javi pets him.
1. Site name, page header. Costa Calma, Fuerteventura, Hotel Taimar.
Now seated at the desk in the room in front of his laptop, Javi browses the accessible Taimar website. Kai and Esther remain on the terrace, smiling and enjoying a cocktail, while conversing with her mother in sign language. Adriana is very surprised to see a waiter teaching sign language to Diego. Diego, sitting at a table with his parents, gets up to approach Adriana. As Diego approaches Adriana, Diego's parents observe him with curiosity. Diego greets her in sign language. Hello. Adriana responds in sign language, but Diego doesn't understand. A waiter who is cleaning a table nearby and witnessed the scene approaches the young people to tell Diego.
I think she said she's not deaf.
Yo creo que te está diciendo que ella no es sorda, ¿eh?
Adriana and Diego look at each other and burst into laughter. Diego's parents greet Adriana's mother with a smile. Adriana and Diego play happily with their hands in the light of the sunset.